Coming up on this Easy English vlog, we take an adventure to a remote Irish island. Let's go. We arrived in the town of Ballycastle late in the afternoon, and we could see Rathlin Island in the distance. Ballycastle is a small little coastal town here on the map, and you can see the day was quite a clear day, so very cloudy but not so much wind. And here is the marina, a place with boats. And I noticed a fish and chip shop which made me feel a little bit hungry. But we didn't have time and we went towards the boat which was taking us to Rathlin Island. Stephen was very hungry, so he had a snack on the boat. The boat ride to Rathlin Island takes about 25 minutes on the small boat or 45 minutes on the large boat. You can see here, it was quite a comfortable ride, but the waves outside were quite big. We finally arrived on the island and began to take a walk as the sun got lower in the sky. This is the main area where most people seem to live. There are only 141 people who live on Rathlin Island. But I noticed a post car as well as a small shop. And then we met the island's first resident or local, a lovely little grey cat who was very friendly and said hello. We made our way towards the house where we were staying. Look at those amazing views from where the house is. And once we got inside, it was lovely and warm. And I decided to do a short video tour for you guys. So you've seen the area where the kitchen is and the living room here. And look at this view out to the seaside from the living room. And that's back towards the kitchen. And now let's take a look at the bedrooms. There's one double bedroom downstairs for 2 people. And as we climb up the stairs, we are going to see 2 more rooms and a bathroom there as well. And the cool part is that there's one bedroom, but this bedroom at the front had fantastic views out over the water. So very lovely and beautiful view. The owners were great. They even left us some nice snacks like cakes and bread for us to enjoy. But we brought so much food anyway. Stephen started to set up a board game that we were going to play. But I was already feeling a little bit hungry looking around at these wonderful views. But before dinner, to create more of an appetite, we decided to go for a walk and look at the sea and the color that it makes with the light. It is gorgeous. We took a walk and had a look at some old buildings and some of the rocks along the seashore. Sometimes people put their tents inside of this old structure to shelter from the wind. And there was a sign saying that often on this area there are seals. So seals are an animal that we will see a little bit later in this vlog. Stephen and I decided to try to skim stones. This is when you throw a rock or a stone, a flat one, along the surface of the water to make it jump or to continue to jump along the water. But as you can see, I'm not so good at this. When we got back, Stephen cooked us a very tasty dinner. So he boiled some pasta, and then we had some tomatoes and a nice tasty sauce with meat. It was great. We also decided to drink some of the most famous Irish whiskey, Bushmills whiskey, or at least it's my favourite Irish whiskey. It's very tasty. And after, in the evening, we played Settlers of Catan. I'd never played it before, but it was a lot of fun. Look at the final result of that tasty dinner. Stephen did a great job, and we were all very happy. Thank you, Stephen. The next morning, we had had a great night's sleep and cooked some breakfast. So I had some fried eggs, and you can see we burnt the bagels. So we cooked the bagels or toasted them for too long, and it set the fire alarm off. We started to take a walk to see if we could find any seals or sea lions. No, seals, they're called seals. But unfortunately, we couldn't see them at this part of the island. And we decided we would probably have to go and explore even further away. While we walked, we saw some lovely little ponies or horses. I think they were ponies, and decided to give them a pet with our hands. I actually stroked one of the ponies or petted one of the ponies, and it tried to take my camera from my pocket. And Kate is enjoying sitting on this nice monument or statue, and she thinks that she is a queen. But lovely calm weather today, not too windy or rainy either. We went inside to the island's only pub and got a pint of Guinness and played some snooker. Have you ever played snooker? Oh, I just realized it's not snooker, it's pool. But have you ever played pool or snooker? And we made some lunch. A very common theme with this trip was a lot of cooking. And look how fancy this chicken is becoming. And we made some nice chicken baguettes with a nice pickled salad inside. They were very, very tasty. And we took a big hike to the other side of the island. We wanted to walk to the other end of the island so that we could find some seals. And this walk would take us about, well, the map said it is about 45 minutes to walk there. But with the wind and a large group, it took about just over an hour to get there and an hour to get back. So it was quite a long walk, but along the way we saw some little lakes and some wild landscapes around us. It was like we were in a fantasy movie or somewhere completely remote, so far away from other people. It was amazing. There was no one around. It was so quiet, and it was just us, some nature, and some animals like sheep walking around. And finally, we reached the edge of the island. And you can see here, we were walking down the hill. It was quite windy. It's hard to see because there aren't a lot of trees, but it was very windy. And look at this beautiful coastline with the lighthouse in the distance and some old abandoned houses. We walked closer to these old houses, and you can see there the lighthouse in the distance. And I'm pointing at the seals. We finally found the seals. Can you spot them from this video? I will have to zoom it in because they are quite hard to see against the color of the rocks. The color of the seals is very similar, but there were so many and they were all lying around and resting on the rocks. It was so cool to see so many natural seals up close in the wild. We took plenty of photos and videos and enjoyed watching the seals swimming in the water, and really just relaxing and enjoying themselves. You can see here one of them probably started to get a little bit annoyed by us getting too close. So afterwards we decided that it was time to leave. We didn't want to disturb or annoy them. So we decided to continue walking and spend some time looking at these old abandoned houses before we started to walk back to the house. It was a wonderful walk. And when we got back, we decided to play a Russian card game called Durak. I haven't really played it very much before, so Stephen taught me the rules, and it was quite fun. I did enjoy playing. We played this for a while and then decided to start preparing dinner. And for dinner, we had steaks and potatoes with some vegetables too. It was very, very tasty, and the steak was perfectly done. I love my steak medium. How do you like to eat your steak? Do you like it well done, medium, rare? And the next day, we packed up and got ready to leave. We looked back on the island and thought about what a lovely, relaxing weekend that we had in nature, away from people, away from work, away from everything. Such places are amazing to just relax and get a peace of mind, to clear your head or your mind. And as we went over the waves, I was getting splashed with water, as you can see here. It was windy and the waves were much bigger, but it was such a fun experience. And I got soaked with water. I was dripping wet. But I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys